welcome back. The Healthy Rican is on a mission to help put Latin spice into your healthy life. Welcome, Ira Luz Colon, with more on your business. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. So excited.
Of course, yeah, we've had you on before, but let's talk about the Nutrition Dork blog and how that got started.
Yeah, so the Nutrition Dork blog has been a vision of mine for many years, where I share different recipes, whether they're Latin or not, more dedicated to specific dietary needs. So there's a lot of people like me that are sensitive to like gluten and like different, so I always find alternatives and how we can still like preserve our cultural dishes without having like certain ingredients.
Nice, okay. Let's talk about some of the topics that you write about in your blog.
So it's just getting started. We're actually launching next month, and we're going to be talking about like gluten-free alternatives. There's going to be paleo recipes. There's going to be plant-based and vegan recipes, and they're all again going to be like Latin kind of based recipes for sensitive people.
Yes, okay. And I know that we had you on before for Healthy Rican, and you have these product lines of seasonings. So tell us a little bit about the different seasonings and spice blends that you have in store.
Yeah, so interesting enough, when I planned Nutrition Dork, I planned the seasonings around it because, again, you know, certain people are just sensitive. So I created this line with the authentic Puerto Rican Latin flavors that we know and love.
Right.
But without the harmful or harsh ingredients that some, you know, other seasonings contain. And what happened was that this just kind of just grew and it became its own thing. And I put Nutrition Dork on the back burner as I built this, and I feel like now we're ready to kind of just bring them together and blend the fusion of Nutrition Dork with Healthy Rican.
I think it makes sense too,
Yeah.
right? Because as people are going to your blog and reading about the recipes and stories that you have to share, they can be a part of it too, and in their own home with your seasoning. So it's really cool. Where can our viewers find your products?
So they can be found on Amazon as well as our website, healthyrican.com. Here in Buffalo, we have them at the Lexington Co-op,
Nice.
which is really exciting. And we just announced that Home Goods made a purchase, so they're going to be available nationwide.
That's so amazing.
So those, I highly recommend to grab them when you see them because it's Home Goods, right? So, you know, it's kind of like one of those deals.
This is huge for you to be able to be in Home Goods across the country. What does it mean for you to be not just a businesswoman, but a Latina businesswoman, and to be having such great strides in your career?
It's really exciting, and I feel really proud, you know, because you don't really see women like me, you know, having this amount of success and like support from the community, which is huge, you know. So it's like an awe, you know, type feeling where like you can't even believe it.
So what's next for you?
So what's next is the Nutrition Dork blog, and hopefully adding more seasonings to the spice line and getting into retail stores.
Amazing. You know, I think it's really cool what you do because there's a stigma for both Black and Brown communities and our culture's foods that it's unhealthy for you. It's not the healthiest thing, but we're proud of what we grew up eating and these dishes that are part of our culture. But it's really cool to be able to have them and take a healthier or more mindful twist with it, right?
Yes, 100%, 100%, you know, and just because we can't eat certain things doesn't mean we can't enjoy our cultural foods. And quite honestly, I make things sometimes that not even my family can tell that I added or take off an ingredient.
Yeah, right? It's easy to make those little changes that we can still enjoy, you know, these parts of us and just a healthier, more mindful way. And I know that you also have this book out too. Tell us about it.
So the cookbook was also like kind of like with the seasonings, you know, a lot of people kept asking me, how do you make this? How do you make that? How do you make that? I'm like, let me just write a cookbook and have it all in one place. So the cool thing about it is that if you are Puerto Rican and you are already know how to make these things, like I kind of teach you like little tweaks and how to make it a little healthier. However, if you're not and you've never made them, it's kind of also a guide where it's like step by step. This is everything that you will need to make Puerto Rican food.
Nice. What was it like for you, that call that you found out that your line is not going to be in Home Goods? That had to be a pretty monumental moment in your in your success.
It was very surreal. When they first approached me, I thought it was a spam. Like, this can't be real. And when I found out it was real, I'm like, wow, home goods. That's exciting.
Yeah,
So yeah, it took a little bit to get here, but they're finally like hitting the shelves in the next like week or so. So that's just, it's surreal. It's like, wow, I did that. Like,
you did. And you're not only representing your culture, but you're putting Buffalo on a map nationwide. So thank you for coming in and letting us celebrate you. And viewers, if you would like to add some Latin spice to your healthy life, just visit healthyrican.com and then check out her blog at nutritiondork.com for recipe ideas. Thanks so much for coming in.
thank you for having me.